Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and these are the AirPods 2, or more like the AirPods 1.5. I've been using them for about a week or so, and I think they're pretty good for the most part, but I'm not sure they're worth upgrading to. Now, the actual design of them, as far as the AirPod itself, is absolutely identical. So if you didn't really like using them or they didn't fit in your ear well, they're not going to fit in your ear well now. Now, I do find them comfortable myself, and they're comfortable enough that I could actually sleep with them in my ears, and I don't really have an issue with them. But they don't really look any different, so don't expect them to have any more comfort or anything like that. Now, the case itself is a little bit different, and you can tell the cases between this version and the previous one due to the little dot on the outside, the little charge indicators on the outside as opposed to under the cover. And that's really the main distinguishing feature. Also on the back, the little metal piece here, that metal piece is more of a matte finish on the new ones as opposed to more of a shiny or polished stainless steel look on the old ones. Now, you can still charge on the bottom with your lightning cable, and this is actually the wireless version, and Apple promised AirPower but then canceled it last week. So you can charge this on any Qi wireless charge capable device, but you won't have AirPower where you can charge your AirPods, your Apple Watch, and your iPhone all on the same pad and not really worry where you're placing them. It doesn't seem like that worked out so well, so you can charge this on the Qi compatible charger, but I would just recommend getting the regular one since it's $199 when you buy them with the charge case. Now, the actual AirPod itself, like I said, isn't much different. It still has all the same functionality of the original one where you can tap on them and get different features, but it also has Siri, and you can say hey in front of that to get all of your Siri options. So if you say that, you can say that and it's live and listening and will respond, and you can ask it any of the questions you might ask Siri to do. Now, also, you do have a new H1 chipset, which gives it a little bit longer battery life. I'm finding about 4 to 5 hours, no problem. And in fact, I use these a lot with my Apple TV. I'll just connect them to it and then watch maybe the Grand Tour, something like that. And when the kids are asleep, I can use these. And I use that most of the time with this. I also find that the chipset, the new H1 chipset, not only helps with battery, but helps with connectivity like they said it would. This works fine with my Mac, where the previous generation would just cut out all the time. I actually couldn't even use them. There was so much interference they would cut out constantly when using them with a Mac, although they wouldn't with an iPad or an iPhone. So that's kind of strange, but the connectivity is better. And one of the things I find interesting is Apple says on their website that they have higher quality sound due to that H1 chipset, and I actually find them to be a little bit clearer. When I went back and forth listening to music from the first version to this version, I found them to be a little bit clearer, and I actually definitely can say there is a clarity difference between the old and new generation, and it's not just related to earwax and things like that. However, some people were told that there is no difference, so there is a little bit of probably a fidelity difference because of the Bluetooth connection with them. Otherwise, there's probably no difference, and most people aren't buying these for their audio quality anyway or their fidelity, so they are definitely not audiophile AirPods, but they do sound a little bit better in my opinion, and according to Apple, they should. Now, other than that, that's really all there is to that. I enjoy using them, but whether or not you should buy them really is up to you. If you have the previous generation and they're not a problem for you, I actually get very little battery life out of these now. The old ones, after being 2 years old, last me about an hour to 2 hours if I'm lucky, and the new ones last 4 to 5 hours. So it's definitely worth upgrading to me because they last. But if yours are lasting, your original AirPods are lasting, and you have no issues with them, then there's really no reason to upgrade here. If you want a high quality sounding earphone or headphone, there are better options out there, especially around the $200 price. But the convenience of AirPods, if you haven't used them where you take one out of your ear, the video stops or the music stops, put it back in and it works, that part right there is really worth using AirPods. I know it sounds goofy and maybe that's not a reason for you to buy them, but they conveniently connect between your iPhones, iPods, Macs, or you could use them with an Android phone, pair them that way. They're just very convenient, and that's the main reason to use them. But that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you pick one of these up, or are you going to hold off to maybe there's another generation? Also, what did you think about that AirPower announcement as well? I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and give it a like if you enjoyed the video. If not, the other one's okay too. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.